Morning everyone. So when I work on my own, people often say, what happens if you put yourself with a chainsaw? Now, obviously there has to be a plan in place. For me personally, I've spent years on the ground as well as in the tree. And it's always been a thought from me that someone on the ground can never actually get to you quick enough to give that life-saving aid if you need it. And it's always down to yourself to get yourself out of the tree where possible, because if you don't, then you're in a bad position. Now, the main thing we want to talk about is major wounds. So I always look at it as this side is the most likely to get cut, okay? Because when we're out in all these different stressful positions, if something happens, okay, we might get times where, you'll see people do silly little cuts like that anyway, and it's just asking for it to kick back. But also, when we're going out in positions, we're working on trees, and we're doing all these cuts, if a foot slips, your natural reaction is to put that hand down because this one's holding the saw. So naturally this one is the sacrificial side. Obviously this is worst case scenario. We don't want it to happen in general, but if it does, you need to be ready to act. Okay, so if you do have an accident and something goes right in there, the first thing you're going to do, just drop that down. Okay, don't worry about that. Take a second, look, assess it. That immediate part where you assess it is whether or not you're deciding, is it just a big open wound, steadily trickling, or have you hit the fountains? Is it squirting? Now, if it's squirting, then you're in quite a predicament. You've got about 30 seconds to apply your tourniquet. More and more people are wearing them, and that's great. Most people are wearing them where they can't physically get to them in time, or they're in a flap, they're in a panic. As a general rule, chainsaw wounds, they're not that painful. They're a shock, and that takes the pain away, so you're fine. But if it is bleeding, you need to be able to act. So for me personally, to act, I've got into a position where I just go, right, that is there, that's on, and we're set, that goes in there, okay? I'm not going to do that fully up because it absolutely can't. But you see what I mean about having something that is available readily, because that took absolutely no time. Doesn't get in my way. I don't notice it's there. In fact, if anything, I always get home, go take my t-shirt off, and I've got a bloody tourniquet still in there. It's on a little retractor here, which just keeps it up, out the way. Doesn't matter what you climb through or where you climb through. Never affects anything. I also carry a second. There should always be a second, because if one tourniquet cannot stop it, you don't take that off to readjust it. You put another on, and that one is on the back of the harness. So in here is another tourniquet, which is accessible, and there's also a large field dressing as well. So just be mindful, and do your practices, do your checks, work out where you've got this and whether you can get it on. You don't have to spend like £150 on a trauma kit at all. You can pick these up for like 2 for £10. The retractor will keep you safe. Just keep it on, get into good practice. You don't know it's there, it's not a hindrance, it's not a problem at all, but it could save your life. So just food for thought. Anyway, have a good day guys. I'm going to go climb some conifers.